Hey, welcome back to MVP Hot Wheels. This is Diesel Mac, and one of the messages or comments in my last video for the Blazer casting reminded me that there was one more variation that I didn't talk about and didn't show. I guess it pays for me to pay more attention, and I had a extra or an extras case in these Plano cases here, and there was actually the other variation in there, and it was only in there because I had more than 24 because they don't fit in the front little area where the handle is. So I had 25 different variations, and that one was sitting in there. So, yeah, so let's go ahead and go over it. This is number 258. You can find this on a blue card. A little later, you could actually find the black one and maybe one of these other ones on the blue and white card. And then you have an international card. I believe this is the only way you could find that one as well. So some different cards, packaging that you could find these cards on if you're a package hunter. So I'll kind of go in the order I think they kind of came out. And we'll start with this one here, where it does have the purple. If I get this to zoom, there we go. Logo, same color as what's in the design here. Here up on the front fender. I can only assume that that was kind of a pain to get that on there, and so they decided to change it. They do have blue tinted windows, gray interior, you got construction wheels on all this, and this does have the reversed base compared to the earlier releases of this. So if you flip up the passenger side and you can read it, that's the reverse base, and if you flip up the driver side and could read it, that would be the normal way that it came out. I'm only suspecting that it got the change because now it's facing this way in the car, and when you flip the whole package and the card's back behind here, that you could be able to read it. That's just my guess. Makes sense to me, and so I'll run with it. So no big deal there. But anyhow, so that purple there in the front fender. The next one you'll see is both of them. One in the window, kind of a transition piece. And like I said, this is the reverse base. You get the updated mold with the Blazer 4x4, no bar there, and the Malaysia with no bar also. So these do have opening doors. The later castings from 2012 on do not have that, so they kind of casted them shut, unfortunately. But there's the first one. Like I said, the next one has the Hot Wheels logo there on the front fender, and in the window, the passenger's window there, they are not on this side. They're only on the side that shows, in the package. So that's usually how the Hot Wheels logos kind of went in the collector number series throughout the 90s, is they kept the Hot Wheels logo usually just on the side that was shown out of the package. But there's, I would say, the transition piece. And then since it was much easier to put that Hot Wheels logo there, they continued with it, left it in the window, and went on with it that way. So you can see here they have removed it from the front fender. So like I said, I think that was only done just because something was probably causing an issue here. Otherwise, there's no sense in changing it. Then you get some cool wheels. Best wheels for me. I don't know why they didn't do a lot of more vehicles with black construction wheels, especially since they would imagine they would be cheaper, since you don't have to dip them in the fronts in chrome or whatever, however they get the chrome on there. You think that'd be a cost savings, and it looks a little bit nicer. But I have not seen the black wheel come with the Hot Wheels logo here in the front. I've only seen the ones there in the window. So if somebody has one with it in the front, that'd be pretty cool. But I think these came out late enough that they only got it in the window. And then the international ones were kind of the last ones that I feel like that came out. You got this orange construction hub, as there was several international vehicles that got them. Why? They're still made in Malaysia, so they could have put the normal chrome ones on there or whatever for the international package. But this, for whatever reason, there was this truck, there was like the Suzuki not Sidekick, Suzuki, I can't even remember the name. Goodness, I'll probably remember as soon as I'm done with the video. But several vehicles that had large construction wheels got orange ones in the international package. So for whatever reason, I guess that was just kind of what they had. Maybe they just had a whole bunch of extra orange wheels, and they're like, throw them out, but then don't sell them in the US. But I've only seen it with the Hot Wheels logo there in the side window. So there's all 5 of the variations that I found. Like I said, if you've seen one of these 2 with the logo on the front, let me know. Or both logos. I mean, I guess it's possible it could be in that transition phase and get logos in both places. But I did add all of the pictures for all of the Blazers that I do have. So I think we're up to 27 variations now, maybe a few more. I did find some extra base variations on some of the other stuff, so when they come in, I'll talk about them in the video, and probably do an updated video with those particular versions of the casting, just to show all the different bases. But so far, for the Blazer 4x4, with excluding the 2012 newer retooled stuff, there's 5 different bases that I found so far. So the Hong Kong with the name, the Malaysia, which is a Bar Malaysia with the name, Bar Malaysia without the name, and then Bar Malaysia with the bar name, where they added the bar back in for the collector number series, and the number 6, and then the retooled base of it, where they reversed the base, and now there's no bars on there. So those are the 5 bases. I've been trying to see if any of these had the older base. So here, I gotta zoom in or focus again. So this is from the 25th anniversary Chevrolet 5-pack. I couldn't find any examples with this and the older base on there. And the same thing with this one here. This is from the World Cup 94 USA 5-pack. And again, I couldn't find any of this with the older bases. So I'll keep tracking. I can tell you that there's not very many loose ones of these available out there. There's only a couple of packages out on eBay, which I thought was kind of crazy. It seems like it's always there. So I guess if you're ever looking for the 5-pack, there's always seems to be one available. But for only 3, that's pretty low for, I mean, what normally I see. And like when I was at the 25th anniversary, there was certainly more than 3 boxes or packages for this, and there was a bunch of them that were loose. And since we're just talking about the other potential bases, I've only found 1 base on this one here from the parking plates, and that's with the barred over Blazer 4x4 and the 6. I have 2 examples here. Both of them have the same base, and I was kind of way off on some of the pricing I did in my last video. I was talking about how the blue one, I don't have one sitting. Oh yeah, here we go. I was talking about how the blue one of these was like $50. It's not even close. So you can go on there and find them for 10-15 bucks now. The black one, there's one on there for I think 20 bucks. So prices have come down considerably for that, despite it being an early number collector number card, the number 6. So I apologize. And even this, like I said, this at one point there for about, I don't know, 8 to 12 months was like $400. It's the only way you could find it. And then now there's one in package for 100 bucks on there. So those have come down considerably also. The 222 version of this only has the new base as well. I was thinking that maybe this could have an older base, but I looked at a bunch of them on eBay and I can only find the same base for that. So that's a potential to have a different base as well. But there you go. There's an update on the Blazer 4x4. When I get these other bases in from some of these other cars, I will show you show you them, of course. If I win, some of them I'm bidding on, so don't go out there and outbid me so I can get these on the website. Although I feel like maybe somebody's going to do it anyway. But yeah, so I'll show those obviously in the mail call, and then maybe as I have the mail call, I'll have these still out, kind of ready to go, and show the differences in the bases. So I'm missing 3 or 4 of them. I got one on the way. There was one that was a buy it now, so I got that one on the way. There's a couple others that are on the way, and if you're on the website, you can figure it out pretty easily. So, but check out the website. I got all new uploaded pictures. I also did some testing on pictures. I was gonna put this on Facebook, but so I've kind of found a little bit nicer way to take a picture. It's not changing my my process and how I remove the background and all that stuff. I was having issues with different sizes of pictures to remove the background. I do take the picture in a 1-to-1 frame so that it's square. That just makes it easier in lots of other applications that it might go into. That way it's kind of always the same in that regard. But I'm kind of zoomed out or zoomed in, but the camera becomes farther away from there, which allows a little bit more light to come in. And for me, it seems like the picture is pretty good. So if you're looking at the pictures on Facebook or the ones that are on the website for the Blazer, those are all updated pictures. Let me know what you guys think. I think they're just a little bit more crisp, and they don't have that issue where when you're taking the picture and it's a little bit closer up, that you have like one part of it, 3/4 of it is all like in focus, and then the very last part of it, or the front one part of it is kind of out of focus. That's kind of the issue I was having with a bunch of my pictures, and so I think this kind of cleared that up. So let me know what you guys think of the updated pictures. Again, I did 3 pictures of all of these cars and put them on there, so you've got the angle from 45-degree angle from this side, and then I show you the back and the other side, so it kind of gives you all 4 views. It comes from the top angle, so you can kind of see it that, and then I do a base to show off these different bases that are potentially out there. Down the road, if we have time, or if it takes off and I can able to hire a photographer, I can pay him, and then he can take pictures, or he or she, doesn't really matter, could take pictures of some of the designs on some of these, or some of the close-up stuff that would make it that you might want to see that you couldn't see in most pictures, just to make it, or like the Easter egg stuff. So like this one, let's see if we can get it to focus. Can't really see the 4x4 but on that one, but if it does have it, like we could take a picture of that and put it on there. And I didn't go through and look to see which ones have the 4x4 or not. So somebody, if they've got time for that, go for it. I spent probably about 6 hours today getting all the pictures done. There's about 70 pictures, and then uploading them, changing the background, getting them, and then doing some updated investigation on which bases are available out there. So it takes a little while to get all the stuff prepared and put in there. And now I'm gonna try to get these put back in the case, and then I've got other cars here on the table that I need to get pictures of and put them on the website. So check out the website. It's only $5 to subscribe. You can start adding these to all your collection. I did make a video with the how to use the filter system on the website, show you some cool things that you can do only on the website, like filter by wheels or interior or windows, all that kind of stuff. So play around with that, and then like I said, if you subscribe, you'll be able to start building your list on there and keep track of the cars you have, the cars that you want to upgrade, the cars that you want to get, and the cars that you have available for trade. So I don't know that any other place does that specifically, or any website. So worth that. And like I said, we get 50 subscribers, we'll start doing a giveaway, and I think we'll have a lot of fun with it. So, but check out MVPHWheels.com, and then if you haven't liked or subscribed here on the channel, please do so, and let's get the information out there to other Hot Wheels lovers. So, but thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.